TIL, the author of Hunger Games, Suzanne Collins, helped develop several Nickelodeon shows such as Little Bear and Clarissa Explains It All. She was also head writer for Scholastics Cliffords Puppy Days. Little Bear was the shit when I was a kid. Melissa Joan Hart doesn't get enough credit for being both Clarissa and Sabrina. Grew up on Clarissa. Little Bear. I've got your toothpaste. My sister describes Little Bear as cottagecore. Little Bear was weird. All the other bears wore clothes, but Little Bear didn't. She also wrote a much better book series starting with Gregor the Overlander. I loved Little Bear. I cried when Emily had to go to school and Little Bear cried. My sister loved Clarissa Explains It All. What does Melissa Joan Hart do these days? R.L. Stine, famed horror novelist, was the head writer on Nickelodeon's Muppet-like show Eureka's Castle. I feel like the Hunger Games gets too much hate. Just to expand, I liked the ending a lot. It wasn't some cookie-cutter happy ending. Katniss was left with no power and with PTSD, much more grounded than most Revolution YA novels. Was she just so sick of children by the end that she just decided to write a book about them murdering each other? She helped develop Little Bear. Suzanne Collins is my new master now. Little Bear was one of my favorites. His adventures with Cat and Owl and Duck and Hen and Emily and Lucy and Mitzi were some of the calmest television I've seen, but also some of my favorite stories. And even the side characters were great. No Feet the Snake and Moose and Mermaid. Today I learned that people still throw internet tantrums about the Hunger Games. I've had to sit through my fair share of shitty kids shows while raising two of them, and Clifford's Puppy Days stood out quite clearly as a big cut above the rest in terms of quality of writing. Didn't hurt that they had Henry Winkler voicing one of the main parts either. He was great at his job on that show. A lot of kids shows seem like they're being phoned in by disinterested people, but I got a general sense that everyone was giving their all on that show to make something good. Okay, well, she's a legend to me. Little Bear was my shit when I was little. If your kid comes home wanting stuff from the Scholastic Book Club, let them get them FFS. Man, my parents were cheap. Damn, I remember Clarissa. My sister and I always watched it as kids on Nick. Also, Scholastic book fairs were the shit. I was in love with Clarissa for years, even had a small crush on Alanis Morissette when she was younger. On You can't do that on television as well. Little Bear is fire. Little Bear was ASMR for my 7-year-old self. Possibly controversial opinion, the Hunger Games books are actually pretty damn good. Little Bear, now that's a name I haven't heard in a hole. I call my dog it all the time and tend to forget the cartoon I grew up watching. I wonder if that much exposure to other people's kids is what drove her to putting a bunch of them in a pit to fight to the death. She also has another series called Gregor the Overlander, which is so underrated and my favorite series ever. PLS read them. God, when I was young I loved Clarissa Explains It All. I grew up here in Ireland and we only had 2 channels. But I'd spend summers at my grandparents' in the UK and I would binge every morning from 8 to 9:30 AM on Rugrats and Clarissa. Clarissa, in a post-apocalyptic fight for survival, was the original inspiration for Katniss and the Hunger Games, according to the facts I just made up on the spot. They had to cut the scene of Peeta climbing in through her window. Yeah, but shame about her record in the Senate. She also wrote Gregor the Overlander. Such a good series. Anybody else read the Gregor the Overlander series by her? She can write books and TV shows. I can't believable. Don't mind me, just came here to upvote every mention of the criminally underrated Underland Chronicles. Clarissa was my first celebrity crush. Na-na N-A-N-A. Na N-A-N-A-N-A-N-A-N-A. Alright, alright. Na-na N-A-N-A. Na N-A-N-A-N-A-N-A-N-A. Hey cool. Na-na N-A-N-A. Na N-A-N-A-N-A-N-A-N-A. Alright, alright. Na-na N-A-N-A. Na N-A-N-A-N-A-N-A-N-A. Hey cool. Na-na N-A-N-A. Na N-A-N-A-N-A-N-A-N-A. Just do it. I fucking loved Little Bear as a kid. I just want a fucking Gregor movie. I loved Little Bear when I was growing up. For the record guys, Little Bear is all on YouTube. TIL professional writers write more than one story. Clifford's Puppy Days was bullshit. The whole point was that he was a gigantic dog. Take that away and it's just a shitty show about a puppy. Who's with me? Then she read Battle Royale and thought to herself, why am I not stealing the idea and earn some money with this? Nickelodeon, I had no idea. I loved Clarissa explains it all and I was too old for that mess. I remember being young and seeing that name, then seeing the same name when I was 12 seeing Hunger Games and just being. Now we know the odds were not in Buttercup's favor. Basically, she are childhoods. Hunger Games and Catching Fire are great books. Mockingjay not so much. Nice, I didn't know she actually did some quality stuff. So she's the one I should send my therapist's bills to because all the kids wouldn't stop pretending I was a dog in elementary school. She looks like Marilyn Manson. Clarissa was a solid show of my childhood, I still have a crush on MJH. So, she got hungry. So you're saying Suzanne Collins is a genius. I love all of those things. I've actually starting looking for content based more on creator and crew, this has made for great watching. The Hunger Games was just a cover, right? Melissa Joan Hart was 12-year-old me's greatest love. Melissa Joan Hart. Melissa Joan Hart smiling face with heart eyes. N-A-N-A nanana N-A, nananana N-A-N-A. Does she have a foot fetish too? What was her relationship with Dan Schneider? Damn, I remember Little Bear. That brings me back. I fucking hated that show. One puppy, two puppy, on a puppy bed. The littlest one has fur that's red. Suzanne Collins wrote the script for 2020. Clifford's Puppy Days retconned the entire series. Love exists of course but not in any demonstrable capacity. I could go on. I bought my sister a book of the mystery files of Shelby Woo last year for Christmas as a joke because my brother always teased her that it was her favorite show. Suzanne Collins was the author of that book which I thought was extra funny. Nickelodeon needs more Suzanne Collins type creators. Her Underland Chronicles series is one of my favorites, even as an adult. Let's pretend she also wrote the Harry Potter books. Michelle Obama was Barney the dinosaur's lawyer. Clifford's paws closed around Mary Elizabeth's neck, shaking with adrenaline and the seeping coldness of the stream. I'm sorry, Mary Elizabeth, but only one can win. Mary Elizabeth's wide eyes flickered between Clifford's. You don't have to do this. There've been dual winners in the past. Like. Clifford couldn't bear it anymore, and slowly dipped his friend's head into the water. A cannon roared. A crowd cheered. Clifford felt nothing. Cottiness explains it all. Battle Royale. Hunger Games. It wasn't. It was really cool. So you're telling me that the entire time that I was a kid and thought it was a suspicious coincidence that Clarissa was always trying to bang a guy named Cliff, and the only other Cliff I knew was the big red dog, that I was actually onto something. She has the range. Probably says a lot about her experience working for Nick that her next project was about children being forced to murder each other for entertainment. Also Gregor the Overlander. That's interesting. I loved Clarissa explains it all as a kid. Hunger Games was okay, but felt a bit underwritten with a plot that was both predictable and felt like it was unplanned and just trying to replicate the first book 3 times until there was a conclusion. I mean they were enjoyable books, just was one of those things when they were so incredibly popular when I was a kid and I never really understood why. I actually liked her Gregor the Overlander books way more than the Hunger Games. So amazing and heart-wrenching, and it was hard for me to put down. Nice. Loved Clarissa. Damn, turns out I've been a lifelong fan. She's also very religious IIRC, which is a big no-no.